Hey, what's up everybody? I wanted to give you guys an update about where everything has been for me. Last about month or so have been pretty crazy. So I actually got hurt it's been about a month now. I took a nasty spill on a little pocket bike. You guys know what a pocket bike is? So this thing is like a pretty fast, tiny little bike, right? Pocket bike, gas powered, 50cc, 2-stroke. I ended up falling off and hurting my shoulder pretty bad. I went to the ER that night, and that kind of just put me on pause for a while because dominant arm, had like pretty gnarly road rash up on my shoulder, on my back, had road rash on my arms, and like a big bruise on my hip. I hit my head on the concrete, and obviously wasn't wearing a helmet or anything. There was a good reenactment that Don made of how the accident happened. Everyone saw it. No one filmed it, but the reenactment is pretty spot on. So head over to Drift Realm, check that out, and you'll kind of see, you know, what happened. That really put me down for a while, and it was hard to do anything. I wasn't working, couldn't really edit, couldn't move my arm. I was in a big immobilizer sling, and it was pretty tough to work on my car. It was pretty tough to really do much, you know, let alone work on a car. And you know, it's been about a month now. I'm starting to go to physical therapy, and I'm starting to get the shoulder back to, you know, being healthy, hopefully. I'm able to move my arm a lot more than I was when this first happened, so I'm thankful that it wasn't, you know, worse. But like I said, it did kind of put everything on pause. So since then, I managed to kind of get my car back together, but there was, you know, a good bit of stuff that I did to the car, and I didn't get a chance to edit any of that footage after I got hurt. So I went ahead and put it all together for us. Dawn and I went ahead and actually pulled out the dash, cleaned up a bunch of the wiring behind it, and I even pulled the harness out of the car instead of trying to mask it. I just figured it'd be easier to pull it and just drape it outside the car.
Are we doing this?
Yeah, it's rolling.
I don't know how to take your dash out.
I don't know how to take my dash out either.
You've never taken
I've never taken the dash out.
Oh, no.
No. This guy just told me that that doing a non-OEM dash and doing like a panel dash is too race car.
Yeah.
Dude, this thing is a race car.
Dude, this is still a grassroots race car. It's different.
It just gets to be sketchier.
Dash, once you go aluminum dash, there's no gum. I want to find another clean dash.
There is no clean.
Do that.
Nah, he's tripping. Cause anybody that owns an S13 knows there is no such thing as a clean dash. They're all fucking garbage.
Well,
is that not true? Shall we go take a look?
This is my only complaint, that the previous owner had a hydro mounted on this side, so he cut this part of the dash out, and it's really hard to run the trim piece that goes here and the...
You know what he said? He was like, nah, that's not too race car for me. I think that's good.
The dude, and he cut this.
Yeah, that's
Hayden, if you're watching, if you ever, I don't know if you watch these videos, you probably don't, but I love this car still. Thank you for selling it to me, but why did you have to do that?
Did you cut it with a Dremel dog?
I'm gonna feel really bad if he didn't even do that and the previous owner before him did that.
Yeah, and you just shouted him out as the person that did that.
Hayden, if you're watching this, I'm sorry.
Let me just do a quick vibe check. What shoes are you wearing, bro?
Oh. What's up with it?
So the boost gauge is the last thing that we need out, and then the dash should just pop right out. We've tucked everything back, disconnected the radio, cluster, everything's out. Wires are pushed back. This should be good.
Should be it. I've never pulled this dash out, so I really don't know what to expect.
But someone else definitely has.
Yeah, because I mean, all this stuff was like wired when I bought the car. You know, I had a switch panel, so.
Hey, wired.
Hayden. All right.
That sounded good. Stuck on the shifter. Careful.
Oh, my glove box is still on.
Yeah. This is gonna be so much fun.
Wow.
WWJOD. What would Jimmy Oaks do?
Jimmy Oaks would have never bought this car. So I decided to try to get a little fancy after that and bring out the welder and put my non-existent welding skills to the test of welding up a bunch of holes that were in the chassis. After I got all the welding and grinding done, it was time to start sanding, start, cleaning with acetone and masking the car off. After everything was masked, we were finally ready to paint. So I went after it with basically some rattle cans of a paint that I found at Ace, which was called Machinery Gray. So I let the paint dry and I sent a picture over to Derek, and he responded and he goes, "Oh, nice, dude. You laid the primer?" And I was like, no, dude, this is literally the color of the paint. And he's like, dude, it looks like primer. And so he basically was like, yo, let me come over and I'll spray it again with my gun with like a nicer color with some, metallic in it and make it look not like primer. Like, you put all this work into preparing it for paint, might as well do something cooler, And I was like, okay. And so huge shout out to Derek for that, because he came over while I was working and he sprayed the entire thing again. It came out amazing, so much better than it looked when I had just the primer. Let me show you guys a quick picture. This is it with just what I did, which, I'm sorry, it wasn't primer, but it looked like primer. And here's a picture after Derek did it. It looks so much better. The metallic looks awesome. He cleared over the entire cage. He cleared the floors and like the trans tunnel, basically all the exposed areas he cleared, and it looks so much nicer than how I had it. So happy that he came into that, because yeah, it really was like kind of felt like a wasted effort to have done all that prep to then rattle can it and have it just come out like primer, you know. All right, so you guys are up to speed. Let me show you guys what the car looks like now. Before I show you guys, couple things. Bum shoulder. It took a very long time to get the car back to this state, and it's not done yet, so bear with me. The car is almost all back together, but I do have some more work to do. It's just been a slow process of doing a lot of things one-handed, and I can't lift anything heavy, so shout out to the homies that have been helping putting interior back in. So anyway, here is the car. So that's pretty much where she sits right now. Like I said, I still have a lot to do, but let me show you guys some of the things that I did, which I'm pretty proud of. Number one thing is I put clear bra on my door bars of my cage and where my harnesses go, so I can keep this beautiful paint looking nice and pristine, and I don't mess it up getting in and out of the car. I'm pretty happy with that. That's like on a higher level of detail that I normally wouldn't do, but I'm glad that I did. Also, shout out to Garage Moon Power for my awesome floor mats. Since I decided to not run carpet, since I was painting, I decided to at least run floor mats, and I love these floor mats. Shout out to my girlfriend for picking these ones out. They're dope. And I ordered a new dash mat, a nicer one, but it's like custom made, so it's gonna take a couple more weeks to get here, I think. I think that's kind of, oh, check this out. Look at all this super nice loom, and I went and redid my entire harness on that side, going all the way back to my taillights. It's all loomed super nice, and I even did the battery wire that's going to the battery in the trunk. All really nice loom, all protected very well. I'm so happy this is all back together. It's been a difficult time with this injury and trying to get the car back together, because it's like I just sat and stared at an empty interior, no dash, no seats, nothing, just for so long, and finally was able to slowly get it back together. The lighting is kind of bad right now, but if you guys notice my B-pillar trim, Derek actually put a sweet paint job on these things. You can see this glitter looks so cool. All right, that's enough of talking. I feel like I've bored everyone to death at this point, but if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much, guys. Sorry it's been a minute. You know, like I said, just trying to get my health in order. I am feeling a lot better, shoulders doing a lot better, still not 100%, but we'll get there. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think about the car. I'm gonna try to get back on a good schedule here. We got a drift event coming up in less than 2 weeks at this point, and I do have some more things to do to this thing, as well as some more physical therapy to do, and hopefully I'll actually be able to drive. And I haven't tried driving yet, you know, drifting yet with my shoulders, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for the next video. We're gonna dive into a few more parts that I have for this thing, and thank you guys for sticking around. All right, see you later.